Should be a pretty intense match. It will be a 3 versus 3, so we're going to have a lot of opportunity to see really what these teams have managed to pull off throughout the season, how they've been able to adjust, read off each other, and play, and you're starting to see the players load in for Rooster Inc. It's going to be Bell, Emson, and Kadawa up against Paradise as a big boy, Nekabaka, and Owl. Jumping into the first kickoff. Owl meeting against Kadawa. It's already over to Neko and getting it over to the wall. Trying just to play this up. He does get a first initial touch. Gets it down to Big Boy, but it's over to the corner. Back to the wall where Bell tries to fight it out. Doesn't quite hit the touch, but their teammate is going to be enough to get it away, you thought. But Owl killing it to the ceiling, getting it back to Baka, who's in front of the net, but he can't quite find it. Owl trying to come through, and it's a pinch back towards their own goal, and Big Boy can't get up in time. Bell takes the first one 25 seconds into the match. You can see there, Neko trying his absolute best to try to get that ball just in front of the net, try to pinch it in maybe, but it's just unfortunate. They're able to steal it away, hit it downfield, and Rooster Inc. going to be the first ones to strike. It's going to be hit back over off the corner. Neko to play it, actually does redirect it towards net. A little bit soft though, leaves it. Big Boy to meet against Emson towards the wall. A little bit of an unfortunate bump, but Big Boy actually managing to recover a bit. Dies for the trouble, but the ball in front of the orange net. Bell has to clear, but he does. It's back downfield. Over to the blue goal. Over onto Big Boy's shoulders, and Emson just going to come through and steal it. Neko, a crucial touch to deny any follow-through from Bell, and now a backfield pass over into the mid. It's going to leave this ball into the orange camp. Emson potentially with a pass back down mid, gets it over to Kadawa and trying to get this in front of the net, but they just can't find it. Big Boy back in the net, and now Owl trying to leave this for his teammate. Neko goes up, gets another one saved. So a 1-goal lead still held by Rooster Inc. We're about 75 seconds into the game. Plenty of time for Paradise to fight back, and they're trying to find some way back in. Owl back towards the wall. Back over, Kadawa taking the death, and now it's going to be Emson trying to back pass this to Bell, but with limited boost, he's only able to get a roller going, and it's not going to be enough to get past the blue defenders. A shot towards net, Neko trying to fake it a little bit, and with low boost, it is going to force this back over towards, and a lobbing shot from Owl. Follow through on, but not going to be allowed, as killed back to the corner. We see 2 minutes in, Rooster Inc. still holding this lead. No further goals placed towards net for them, but plenty of time left to do it, and they are just not allowing anything through. Neko tries to get another one over towards goal, and Kadawa gonna finish him off as well. It's back to the corner. Emson back towards mid, actually booming this back towards his own goal. A little bit of a risky play and trying to capitalize on it. Neko comes through. It's going to be a hit back towards the corner, back over towards Owl, and it's actually on target, and they can't get it away. Owl going to be able to seal up the equalizer. A nice little lob straight into the middle of the goal, and you thought that maybe Bell could get back and save it. Maybe Kadawa could jump up and block, but neither able to get in the way. And just like that, Paradise strikes back with one of their own. Play back over to Bell, and just going to be trying to boom this back up the field, trying to play it up, and low boost does manage to get a little bit of a touch, and Kadawa to follow. A shot a little bit high. Neko trying to redirect it down towards the corner. Does actually hit it there. Owl, though, just wants to boom it upfield. Bell to read, to touch, to the corner. And now Emson wants to try to play this past Big Boy. He does get the first initial touch, but he's allowing a lot of time, and Big Boy able to recover, able to get back in front of that ball and hit it away. 2 minutes left, and Kadawa, what a shot and what a pass. Bell picks that ball up off the ramp, passes it directly over to the midfield, and Kadawa just swoops in and sinks it into the middle of the net. Rooster Inc. a beautiful second goal there, a phenomenal team pass to regain that 1-goal lead. 2-1, 2 minutes left. Kadawa to play this off the ceiling, does get it over towards goal. It's not going to be on, and Owl not able to let the clear, and Bell just a little bit too high on the follow-up, but the rush defense is forcing these blue players to over-aggress and get off this ball, and you can just see it sneaking past the defenses. They found some way to get it over into the orange end, but Owl having to win out here against Bell, not able to do it. It's back to the corner, and full boost regained, a forced hit out as Big Boy trying to follow through ends up keeping it in that corner, and Kadawa now trapped in the corner with the ball, and It's just going to be back and forth between these two walls. Owl wants to try to capitalize here. No boost, but gets it back mid. Neko to follow, but it's still a little high, and they have to clear it away. Bell does. Back to the left wall. 80 seconds. Bell wants to just center this up, and it's going to be met there by Neko. It's going to be in the midfield. And you see Owl just wants to get this over Kadawa. A potential shot and almost a triple passing play, but no boost on Emson means he has to replay this in the corner. And we're almost into the final 60 seconds, and still Paradise with one to tie up. This game, they do not want to let it slip away, but Big Boy trying to land some shots of his own. Emson kills. It is going to deny that shot, and a nicely played read from Kadawa to get it back up the midfield, but Neko's back in time to deny the shot. It's over to the backboard. It's over centering mid. Bell tries to jump up for it, doesn't quite land the touch, but Kadawa's there to watch out. It's back over to Big Boy, getting it back downfield. It's not quite on, but it's going to be near this net. They need to try to capitalize, and they're not quite able to do it. Kadawa takes it away. It's back to the wall. No boost again. Owl gets it past Bell, reading it back to this corner, and not able to read the second hit. Bell does get it to the wall. 25 seconds. Neko back mid. It's a shot towards net a bit. It's actually into the corner. Bell reads it back up onto his own car, and now just trying to dribble this out, but Owl won a touch. Gets it back over towards the net. Emson reading it off the wall, and with Big Boy dying, there's only 10 seconds left, and Neko gets a demo there, but that actually kills all his momentum, and he is not able to follow that ball at all. So 3 seconds bouncing towards this blue goal, and it looks like a done and dusted show for the Rooster Inc. side. Potential still, but not for long, as they finally claim their win with a 2-1 scoreline. You already see raring to get back into the fight. They don't want to cool down even for a second longer. We're going to see the first kickoff right off the bat. Big Boy and Kadawa, it's met in the middle, and it's actually one out by the Paradise side. It's into the corner. Back over to the wall. Bell trying to play it out, and Neko does get a touch, but it's ending up going back towards their own net. Bell tries to follow. Emson actually going to be the one to get the touch, and now bouncing into the midfield. Kadawa met in a 50 by Owl, and that's going to leave Bell in a little bit of an awkward spot. He can't quite allow this ball to be going, but with low boost, he's going to get it midfield to Kadawa. 12 boost, 100 boost now on him, and able to replay this a bit. Actually, Owl just beating him out yet again. So fast on those reads, and Neko now with the ball in front of the net, trying to get it over there. It's just met by Emson. Killed off the ceiling, and actually Emson gonna come through and do it all. And you thought for a second that was going to be an easy pass off the ceiling straight down to Owl, but Emson gets there just in time, sneaks it right over the hood. And only 43 seconds in, Rooster Inc. find another one-goal lead. Bell meeting up against Neko, and Kadawa trying to read it. Going back to the corner. Does manage to get an initial touch, and Neko looking to steal that one away. Doesn't quite get the connection. Emson back to the wall. Big Boy to follow, and that's going to hit it straight back down to Bell. Trying to travel this up the field, and does actually initially win it out. Bell getting it back over into the midfield, and Emson now forced to fall back. Has to aggress and get that over towards the wall. A luckily timed aggression, because you could see one of the blue defenders trying to just get all the way over, and Owl a double touch, but it doesn't quite find the net. Kadawa has to win out against Big Boy, but he does. It's back down into the blue end. It's over in front of this goal and going high. Bell wins out that shot towards the midfield. Owl, a nice little read to try to get this off Emson, but a good counterplay to deny that read. Absolutely stellar play from these guys out on the pitch right now. You can see absolutely everybody trying their best to win out in the fights, and they do, but now the shot from Big Boy sneaking it just under has to be saved by Emson, but it does, and now you're going to be seeing Bell wants to win out here. He's forced into a pinch. It goes mid, but Big Boy doesn't land the connection, so Emson has some time. Wins out against that last defender, but Owl's had time to get back. Getting corralled a bit, but Kadawa able to place a shot on net. It's killed towards the wall. Bell trying to play this, trying to see if Emson will win it out, and Emson does. It's a shot on net. Owl has to save that. He does. He kills it high. Kadawa to hit it back mid. It's going off the left wall. Big Boy, though, to read this, and Emson gonna be forced to play it. Kadawa claiming Neko, but Big Boy always deep in this end is going to be a definite threat as the offense starts to change sides, but Owl ends up backboarding it for the offensive player, and that's gonna allow it to go deep into the blue end. Owl trying to turn this around, and such a fast play, but denied by Emson yet again. And a second fast shot gonna be bulleted off the corner. Yet again, just denying another offensive play from Paradise. Emson wants to try to win this out. It's going to be a 50 bouncing low, and Kadawa playing this off the wall, bounces mid. Neko to read it, and that's actually a close shot towards net, but it's high, it's wide. Emson to try to get this back up mid. Big Boy clears, but a read off the clear, going to allow it to bounce mid, and Bell just wants to do this all himself, but it's a little too high on the bounce. Kadawa wants to capitalize, but met in a 50. It's back to the corner, and only 2 minutes to go. Emson wants to try to read this out, tries to get it mid, but he can't get the touch, and Owl just going to kill this ball high on the wall, wants to get it over in front of the blue net, but ends up centering it down for Bell. It's over. Big Boy to play, trying to get this over towards the corner, and now back to Kadawa, who hits it off, gets it mid. Emson wants to follow, but it doesn't quite land on target. Bell reads, gets it back towards net, but it's too slow, and they're able to deny. Kadawa, what a slight touch to deny towards that clear. But you're going to be seeing this ball bouncing slightly towards the wall. And we've exhausted all but 80 seconds, and still Rooster Inc. leading by only 1. An equalizer still very much on the table, but they need to find some way towards net. Bell doesn't connect. Kadawa doesn't either. This ball is bouncing towards the midfield now as Neko tries to play it up. Bell claiming his life. And that's going to leave Owl trying to play it back towards the wall. Emson gets it down towards Kadawa, and the fast counterplay. 55 seconds now as the leads are exchanged and deaths are exchanged as well. Owl finished off deep in his own end. Big Boy wants to follow. It's a little high. And Owl no boost to try to redirect that onto net. 42. Owl just waiting over into this orange goal, and a little bit of a risky situation as Bell doesn't quite get that hit off the pass, and Owl just wants to play this out. Emson on the back. Oh, he's not able to read that off the top ceiling ramp, and it has to be a play from Kadawa, but what a play to make. Goes all the way up inside the ball, inside the goal. Gets off the ceiling and manages to clear it away, and somehow also going to be able to demo Big Boy. So the offense losing members as well as Kadawa hitting it back towards mid. Big Boy a shot on Emson. Barely able to save that one away, but he lines it up, and now with only 4 seconds, it has to be a goal now for Paradise if they want to stay alive, and they just can't do it. It's claimed yet again by Rooster Inc., who get themselves up onto match point and tournament point, as winning this will get them into the semifinals and knock Paradise out. So a reverse sweep now needed. Paradise with a lot to do. Straight back into the pitch. Paradise with it all to do. They need to win 3 straight to keep themselves in the IGL Fall 2020 playoffs. The ball gonna initially go back towards this orange goal, and Owl does win out a 50. That's bouncing mid. Neko with a potential shot, but not able to read it. A little bit too hazardous of that, or too cautious of that defender. So that's going to end up with the offense being turned around, but Kadawa keeping it deep into this blue end. It's back to the wall. Owl potentially getting an aerial play up. He has a potential pinch, but can't quite get it towards net. It's going to go off the wall. Back mid to Big Boy, and trying to get this back up onto the wall as a 50 forced mid. Emson to play it. That shot's a little bit too high, but Neko actually denying it. That might have been sneaking into the corner. What a beautiful shot from across the midfield, and Neko denying it on the goal line. It's back over towards Big Boy as Kadawa just bumping him away. Starting to get a little more aggressive, these Rooster Inc. players. They just need to force out some more goals, and they know that if they can get even just 1 goal, their defense has been stellar. Only dropping 1 goal in the entire series so far, and that was in game 1, but that read a little bit risky as a miss on the backboard opens up a potential shot, but the Paradise side players not quite expecting a miss, so it's going to be met back over towards mid, and you can see the aggression just forcing the blue players out of their end, and a little bit of counter aggression forces that ball open in front of the net. Luckily for Emson, he's there to deny, but you can see starting over on the Paradise side, they're starting to pick up some of that aggressive play as well. A demo, Bell claiming Neko, and that's going to leave that ball bouncing towards mid. Owl plays it, actually wins it over into the orange end, but Emson, a fast clear. Neko can't read that. Big Boy can't get it away either, so bouncing over towards this net, it's touched to keep it in the corner. But Owl, having to win out against Bell, is able to do it, gets it towards mid. Kadawa follows, and now Owl just wants to see if he can play this one out. Almost manages to beat out Emson, but a good read manages to force it into the corner. Back onto the wall. Bell wants to try to clear this away. A potential shot there, and it's not going to find the net. Not going to even find anything. Not quite able to connect. As Emson, ooh, it's left for Kadawa, and able to save that one away, but a little bit scary. Emson wants to try to win this out. It's a 50 towards mid, and actually able to capitalize off that with a second hit, but luckily Neko able to deny the shot. No goals scored yet, and we're about at the halftime mark. You can see it's just everybody trying to score their own right now. Even one goal could decide this. The entirety of the last game resting on that sole goal from Rooster Inc. in the first 50 seconds. And this time their lead comes from one from Kadawa. This time in the first 23 seconds of the second half, as he flies all the way up and sinks a fast one into the middle of the net. And they're just not ready to deny that. They had to deny the one off the wall and just weren't ready for a quick follow-up, especially into the dead middle of net. You would have expected it towards the walls. Catches them off a little bit. Owl to replay this, gets it back over to the orange corner. And now the pressure going to be starting to build for Paradise. I mean, they know that they're down 0-1, and they also know that they need to reverse sweep, and Big Boy able just to dismantle the defense. You can see he just sneaks directly past, gets the initial hit, Kadawa waits, and by the time the aggression comes, that ball's already on its way into the net. So 2 minutes left now, and we find ourselves equalized. Took about 2.5 to find the first goal, though, so who knows if we'll see another one in regulation. But Paradise, a little bit of that stress going to be allowed to dissipate, as now starting to find themselves with some offensive chances, but deep into the end, this ball finds its way with a potential shot, but Bell unluckily not able to get himself in front of it. Emson getting it back over off the corner, bouncing mid, Neko to read it, but it's going to be read out, and now bouncing back over towards this orange goal. Kadawa with no boost, just has to try to see if he can momentum it into the goal. And Emson gonna deny the counterattack. It's back to the wall, back to Bell, but he can't land the touch, and that's an open net. This is disastrous here for Rooster Inc. And Big Boy just gonna sleep in and get that second goal for himself and the team, and a rare mistake coming out of Rooster Inc. They leave their goal completely open, and nobody able to get back in time to deny that one. 82 seconds. Paradise looking to see if they can try to fight their way back in. If they can hold this lead and claim the first of 3 that they need, there's definitely still a chance for them in the series. Big Boy booming it downfield, a potential for a third shot on net. Doesn't land the shot, though, and Neko is going to come there to capitalize off the mistake, but what a disaster that would have been if somehow the Rooster Inc. guys were able to clear that one away and seal up an equalizer. But luckily for the Paradise side, they keep a 2-goal lead now. As with only 66 seconds, it's going to be a pretty strong effort from Rooster Inc. needed, because the defense has not been weak out of Paradise. You've seen so many shots just denied by the defensive plays, but Big Boy allowing one to sneak past, and that's going to be Neko getting it back over towards mid, but read out again. It's back towards the wall. Ebson trying to set up some sort of aerial play and does get it in front of the net. It's over towards Bell, but not quite able to find it. Kadawa gets it over in front of the target, but nobody there to capitalize. A close one, but no cigar, as Paradise still hold a 2-goal lead. An aerial dribble upfield from Neko, going to leave the ball deep into the orange, and Big Boy allowing it to slip past. Now it's just Owl in the goal, but they can't find a shot on target before it's denied. 20 seconds. Big Boy bouncing that ball towards mid, and Emson wants to try to play this back out. It's over to Kadawa. It's over in front of the net, and Owl playing that so patiently, so smartly, not allowing any sort of shot to slip by him, and the patient play not rewarded there from Kadawa, as it's going to be a 3-1 scoreline to win the first of 3 that they need if they're going to fight back into this game. But for now, Paradise, the victors, are going to be resting as they wait for the start of Game 4. And they don't have to wait very long indeed. Nobody wanting to cool down. They want to ride their momentum and try to see if they can sneak 2 more games past the Rooster Inc. side. They want to try to find some way to keep alive in the tournament. Big Boy with a potential play off the bat and a little bit of a risky clear. does end up paying off, but still deep in this orange end. Bell forced to play this up, now gets it to the ceiling, but that's still going to drop down. Luckily, Big Boy only hitting it to the wall. Going to be hit back over. Neko with a potential shot, but missing the ball, leaves it for Kadawa in the blue. Not going to be able to hit it either, and all these players trying to go for these fast shots, just not quite able to find them. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming in for Rooster Inc. now, as finally they're able to lose the first game of the series, but it's bouncing back mid. Kadawa trying to read this out, see if he can get this cleared away, but Neko gets it past him, and now winning this back over in front of the net, but Emson back towards midfield. Owl replaying this immediately, and Bell to play it back up. Emson back over off the back right, and trying to redirect that towards net, and Big Boy denying Bell's shot right along the left wall. Uses his momentum just to fly out of the net and denying a close one along the goal line. A minute expired. Still no goals scored, but Kadawa booming one away. Emson up just as a little bit of an aggressive threat, but it's Big Boy to kill it to the corner. Owl killing it back over towards the wall, and Emson not able to read that clear. Kadawa just grabbing some boost and is going to be able to start playing this out, but Big Boy killing it high. It's going to be back towards mid, and Bell with a demo onto Owl deep in the end. They just don't want to allow any more aggression, but so much more is coming out. Big Boy off the spawn, comes back in, tries to re-aggress into this fight. Kadawa getting a save, and it's going to be Bell following up to deny a close double touch towards net. Big Boy replaying this immediately, though no time to rest, drops it to the corner, but a fast play. Owl trying to capitalize off that pass, but such a fast clear from Bell to deny. It's back over to the left wall, back over to Emson, who does manage to read out the 50 against Big Boy, but doesn't manage to win it out. Big Boy dead for the trouble, but Kadawa trying to get this out. It's met by Neko, and that's going to be a 50 back towards their own net. Owl to drop it mid. Bell has to play this, but Neko too fast on it. Gets it over in front of this net, and another mistake from Rooster Inc., allowing their goal to be perfectly open, and a double commit not gonna pay off that time. Neko steals it past the final defender and finds the first goal of game number 4. Two minutes 44 left on the clock. Owl meeting Kadawa towards mid. Bell trying to follow up, and it's actually going to be met over in the midfield. It's going to be a 50 forced, and Neko somehow able to pogo shot that under off that 50. Big Boy just touches it down. Emson tries to follow and is just completely read out there on the defense, so not even into the second half, and we see another 2-goal lead for Paradise. Rooster Inc. perhaps needing to refine their offense just a little bit. They're allowing one too many double commits to sneak by, and they've allowed 2 goals at this point. They need to equalize it back up if they want to try to win out in 4. Paradise still looking just to get on to game 5, and Neko wants to try to come through and get one of his own, isn't able to find the net. Owl trying to replay this, gets it over to the corner. Gonna be a little bit too high though, so nobody able to really play that, but Kadawa drops it into a much less favorable situation. A slow drop in front of the goal line. Owl can't follow though, so Big Boy just gonna kill towards the wall. With the demo on him though, Neko wants to play this one fast. It's gonna be a 50 forced, a pinch forced, but it's over towards the corner. Now Neko pretty deep into this orange end, does force it back to the wall. Bell wants to play this away though, and Big Boy's already waiting for it. It's a shot, and it's already on the net. They have to deny this, and Emson does. It's back to the corner. Back towards mid. Kadawa jumps up, gets a little bit of bumped for the trouble, and that's going to be towards the wall. Minute 35, Big Boy missing the clear, and Owl going to be coming through. Does manage to hit it back towards net. Bell following through. That's high, and that's going to allow a shot towards net, and Bell, it's on, it's over off the corner, and Kadawa trying to pinch that in off the wall, finds the crossbar, and a beautifully played sequence is just denied on the goal line. Bell wants to try to play this back up, does kill it. It's going to be a boomer back towards their own net, though, and Neko trying to read this, and it is read by him, but a read from Kadawa on the save line is able to deny a 3rd goal. A minute left, and they still need to find the first of 2 here, Rooster Inc. They're trapped in their own end right now, and they're trying to find some way to get this ball away, but it's still trapped in this corner as Neko trying to follow this up. It's over in front of the net. Kadawa to kill it to the wall. Emson to boom it mid. Bell to follow it up, and Kadawa wants to try to finish this one all off himself. Neko touching it, just trying to deny any sort of shots, and Bell going to be denied from following that one through. Back to Kadawa, but read out by Neko. It's just over to the opposite side of the field, and now Bell to touch it down a little bit. Actually, I was going to say unfortunate, but a very nice touchdown to Emson. And now 20 seconds. A touchback towards mid, and Kadawa sneaking his way through. Emson gets a slight little touch backwards into the midfield, and it's just enough for Kadawa to sneak in and get one along the right side of the net. So with 17 seconds left, Rooster Inc. scores 1. But they still need to find a second to secure overtime, and you gotta imagine that over on the Paradise side, they're just gonna switch up to a defensive game plan. I say that, but Owl wants to play this very aggressively, and they always say the best defense is a good offense, and securing back the 2-goal lead with only 90 seconds, that should be it here for Rooster Inc., and it looks like we will see a Game 5 as Paradise bite back to equalize the series at 2-2. Actually, Kadawa potentially getting a shot towards target, but no boost to follow that up. It's going to be one right at the end. And we'll hop into the kickoff with 1 second on the clock. There is potential for an equalizer. It's an extraordinarily low chance, but we'll see what happens, and it's one over towards the orange net, and that's going to do it. Paradise get themselves a second on the board, and Emson, good effort to try to give them a chance, but it's going to be Rooster Inc. dropping game number 4, so going into game 5, it's essentially a best of 1. Hopping into the final game of the best of 5, Rooster Inc. was off to a strong 2-0 start, and Paradise puts themselves at reverse sweep potential. They only need one more to finish it off, either team only needing one. And Emson trying to start off with a fast early goal. Bell winning that along the goal line. It's actually going to bounce right along the line, but they can't find a way to get it in. Owl managing to clear that one away. Emson just couldn't find any way to get a touch into the net from that position. It's going to be bouncing high. Owl following through, and that's an early goal as the Rooster Inc. side flummoxed on the defense. They have absolutely no clue how that goal was able to sneak by, and the fast re-aggression from Owl just gonna stun shock them on that goal line. 4:36, Paradise trying to just seal this up, get the reverse sweep dream alive. Neko actually trying to read that off the wall, does manage to, and meets out against Kadawa, against what almost certainly would have been a goal. Owl bouncing mid. Neko to try to follow. That's a shot towards net, and Emson denies towards the wall. Big boy to follow. Bounces it high. Bell killing him for the trouble, and Emson with no boost can't read it. It's up off the ceiling. Owl trying to bounce this down directly in front of the net, but it's a little wide. Big boy trying to replay this. Does manage to eventually get it there, and trying just to keep this into the blue end, as you can see the clear starting to come through. Neko reads that shot and gets it back over towards Owl, trying to replay this up the field. Only 17 boost, has to fight out against Bell, and it's going to be killed back towards the corner. A minute 10 expired. Still a 1-goal lead for Paradise as they look to make the 3-2 reverse sweep come to life. Emson reading off a close shot there. It's going to be just bouncing back down towards Bell, a booming shot over into the blue end. Big boy is currently waiting just to play this out, but dead for the trouble. Neko to try to play it out now, and gets it stolen away. Owl trying to read out towards the midfield. Emson trying to read it as well, but Owl wins it past everybody, and once again the Rooster Inc. side has left a completely open goal. Kadawa able to get back in time to deny any sort of shenanigans, but that's exactly how they allowed those goals that got them into this situation anyway, and Owl's going to come through to make sure that that nail is hammered home. As once again, just not sure what to do to get this ball away. The demos aren't working, the clears aren't working, and Owl comes through just to sync up another 2-goal lead. Emson fighting back towards mid, actually does get it slowly into his own end, so Kadawa able to play. It's a little bit high. Is actually going to bounce straight into the net, and I thought that was going to go off the top crossbar. Nobody even able to follow that one through. You could see just a nice crisp shot, and Owl tries to get up to deny that, but what are you going to do at that angle? It had to be a hell of a read from Neko, and he's not able to make it. So you're going to see 3 minutes left. We're 32 seconds away from the second half of this game, and Emson wants to try to equalize it before that even happens. Can't quite find the ball before it's cleared down. Owl wants to try to boom it away, and it's just going to be one towards the other corner. Back towards mid. And now Neko to try to play this one up. It's over to the wall. It's over to Kadawa, who does win it out past one. Isn't able to win it out past a second. It's going to be 50'd high. Hit back towards mid, and now Bell has to play this. The goal left open again. Leaves this with Neko, and the only one back. Emson able to find his way in front of the ball. Kadawa now back to try to replay this as well. Owl just wants to clear this away from the goal, and a little bit of a risky one, but does manage to get it. Back to the corner. Touchdown towards mid, and Big Boy centering that one up a bit. It's a little bit of a risky clear. Bell has to fall back and not allow any shenanigans out of this, but a clear from the opposite corner of the field deep down into the orange, and you can just see how it's such a struggle to get anything started for the Paradise side because, or not for the Paradise side, sorry, the Rooster Inc. side, because Paradise just keeps booming it into their own end, and Bell landing right underneath Emerson. Luckily, he's able to jump up in time. Emerson able to clear that one away, even able to get a little bit of a shot towards net. It's not on, it's over off the corner, but Kadawa forcing the issue, and now Owl to replay. It's bouncing back towards the target. Neko bounces up along the goal line to deny, and actually able to win out against a second follow as well. Emson with a demo opens up a shot from Bell, but it's over to the right. And now just trying to find a way out. Kadawa bouncing it against the wall. Big Boy to play, and Emson reads it, but it bounces high. So a potential clear here, and it will be realized as you can see Neko coming through just to secure it. And now only a minute 12. Rooster Inc. still needs to try and find a way back into this, and they can't quite do it. Bell back to the corner. Does manage to find his way onto the ball, bounces it down, and Big Boy playing it back off the corner as well. Emson has to clear this away. Big Boy gets a touch, but that's unfortunate. Kadawa going to be able to follow this one through. It's deep into their own end now. Wants to get a ceiling shot going. Doesn't quite realize that the defenders are back in time. Ends up forfeiting the ball over, and the counter offense started and cleared along that goal line. Emson lobbing it back up mid, gets it past a second, and going to be bouncing back off the corner. Kadawa wants to try to find the net, does find the midfield, but it's not going to find anything else as it's starting to play back up. Big Boy with a death on to Emson as well. It's Kadawa forced to try to play this one away. Gets it back over. Bell wants to try to play this towards net. Does get a touch, but it's over off the left corner. It's going to be bouncing away, and Neko needs to read that. It gets hit down. This play needs to come through, and the shot on target, but Owl denying it. Bell cannot read that ball on the wall. Only 5 seconds. It's still in the blue end, but they need to find one. Kadawa hits it mid. Owl kills it, and that's going to be it. Paradise, the reverse sweep comes through, and they manage to knock Rooster Inc. out of IGL Fall 2020 playoffs in 5 games.